Everyone thinks Canada is just America, but nicer. Free health care, polite people, maple syrup. They are wrong. Canada is not a country anymore. It is a massive real estate hedge fund, disguised as a democracy. While Americans complain about inflation, our neighbors to the north are living in a polite, economic nightmare. Let me show you why the Canadian dream is dead. First, let's talk about the math of survival. If you are a doctor, an engineer, or a tech worker, moving to Canada is financial suicide. In the U.S., you make U.S. dollars, the world reserve currency. In Canada, you make loonies, a currency that is worth 30% less and dropping every year. But surely the cost of living is cheaper there, right? No, it is significantly higher. Everything costs more. Gas, food, taxes. Oh, the taxes. By the time the government is done with your paycheck, you are left with enough to buy a parka and a Tim Hortons coffee. This causes a massive brain drain. Smart Canadians leave for America. Who stays behind? People who are trapped in the biggest asset bubble in human history. Now, let's look at the houses. I want you to look at this picture. This is a mansion in Texas. 5 bedrooms, a pool, a 3-car garage. The price? $500,000. Now look at this. This is a rotting wooden shack in Toronto. It smells like mold. The windows are broken. The price? $1.2 million. I am not joking. In Canada, real estate is not an asset class. It is a religion. Their entire economy is based on selling houses to each other for more and more money, using fake credit. But here is the scariest part for my American viewers. In the U.S., you have the 30-year fixed mortgage. You lock in your rate, and you are safe for 30 years. The bank cannot touch you. In Canada, that does not exist. Their mortgages renew every 5 years. Imagine buying that $1 million shack at 2% interest. You can barely afford the payment. 5 years later, the bank calls you. Surprise! Your rate is now 6%. Your payment just doubled. This is happening right now. Millions of Canadians are mathematically insolvent. They just don't know it yet. But wait, I hear you screaming at the screen. But Mr. Market, at least they have free health care. At least they don't go bankrupt if they break a leg. Let me tell you a secret about free. Free is very expensive if you are dead. The Canadian healthcare system has collapsed. Yes, it is free, but you have to wait 12 hours in the emergency room just to see a nurse. You have to wait months to see a specialist. Millions of Canadians don't even have a family doctor. In America, you pay with money. In Canada, you pay with pain and time. And it's not just healthcare. Let's talk about the monopolies. In America, you have capitalism. Brutal, yes, but competitive. In Canada, 3 giant companies control everything. Your phone bill? Highest in the world. Your groceries? Controlled by 2 billionaire families who fix the prices of bread. Your airlines? A duopoly that charges you $500 to fly for 1 hour. The Canadian economy is not real. It is 3 mining companies and 5 banks in a trench coat pretending to be a G7 nation. America innovates. America builds Tesla, Nvidia, Apple. What does Canada build? Condos and debt. They stopped investing in businesses 10 years ago. Why start a tech company when you can just buy a house and watch it go up by 10% a year? Productivity is dead. And when productivity dies, the standard of living dies with it. So, why doesn't the market crash? If wages are low and houses are expensive, the price must come down, right? That is basic capitalism. But Canada is not capitalist. It is a Ponzi scheme. To keep the bubble from bursting, the government has one solution: mass immigration. Canada is importing people at a rate faster than almost any developing nation on Earth. They bring in millions of new people, but they build almost zero new houses. It is simple supply and demand. If you have 10 people fighting for one chair, the price of the chair goes to infinity. They are importing poverty to prop up the GDP. They are destroying the standard of living for the youth just to keep the baby boomers rich. So, why am I telling you this? Because if you live in America, you need to look north. Canada is a demo version of what happened when you let global corporations and incompetent governments run the housing market. Be thankful for your 30-year fixed mortgage. Be thankful for your US dollar. But do not get comfortable. If BlackRock keeps buying and the Fed keeps printing, Canada is not a foreign country. Canada is your future. Subscribe to the channel. I will help you survive the crash. Mr. Market out.